Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to Tutor Time. My name is Akif Nawaz, and today we'll be talking about three of the most important topics of English grammar that usually we come across all these different topics in various exams. So our first topic will be gerund, then participle and infinitive. These are the three topics that we'll be talking about in this video. So first of all, we'll be talking about gerunds, which is the most important topic. So first of all, we'll start from the definition of gerunds, that what are gerunds. So basically, gerund is simply, if you say, it's a verbal noun. Look, so from the title itself, it is quite clear that when a verb is used in a sentence as a noun, so comprehensively, if we have to define what is a gerund, so it would be that when a verb is used as a noun in a sentence. So that is what we call gerund. Simply in Urdu, if we say, ऐसे verbs जो कि हमारे पास noun की तरह use हो as in a sentence, और उसको हम क्या कहते हैं, उनको हम gerunds कहते हैं. जिस तरह for example, if I say that they swim in the pool. Okay, so here in this sentence, if you look at the word swim, so it's an action word. It shows that what is the action that is going on. So we have the action swim. So here we can say that this is a verb. So हमने कहा था definition में कि जब हमारे पास एक verb वो use हो as a noun. अब यहाँ पर swim जो है वो हमारे पास verb use हुआ है. बट अब अगर मैं एक और सेंटेंस लिखूं और in which I use the verb swim as a noun, so it would be like this: swimming is a full exercise. Now look at the word swimming in this sentence. So here it is used as a noun, and along with it, it is used in the position of a subject. सो ऐसे अल्फाज जो कि हमारे पास यूजुअली वर्ब की जगह पे यूज़ होते हैं या एज अ वर्ब यूज़ होता है, उसको हम यूज़ करें एज अ नाउन. सो सिंपली अगर मैं फिर उसके एग्जांपल, उसके डेफिनेशन की तरफ जाऊं, जब हमारे पास ऐसे वर्ब जो कि हमारे पास यूज़ हो एज अ नाउन, तो उसको हम कहते हैं जेरेंड्स. अब ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जेरेंड हमारे पास हमारे साथ सब्जेक्ट की पोजीशन पे हो, या हमारे साथ ऑब्जेक्ट की पोजीशन पर भी आ सकते हैं. अब अगर मैं ऑब्जेक्ट की पोजीशन पर इसको देखूं, सो अगर मैं कहूं कि ही इज fond of gambling. Okay, so here in this sentence we have the word gambling. Gambling is a gerund, and why am I saying this? Because usually जब हम sentence use करते हैं, देखिए gamble is a game which is played. So that is why it's a kind of activity. So जो हमने कहा था कि जो action word है, ऐसे word जो कि हमारे पास action show करते हैं, we call it a verb. But here in this sentence it is used as a noun. So that is why we can say that this is a gerund. So simply जब हमने start में कहा था कि ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जो gerund है वो हमारे पास subject की position पर हो, ये हमारे पास ऑब्जेक्ट की पोजीशन पर भी आ सकते हैं. सो आई होप कि आपको समझ आ गई होगी. एंड स्टिल इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग टू आस्क, यू कैन आस्क मी इन द कमेंट बॉक्स, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट another term, that is participle. Okay, so our second topic is that of participle. So participle and gerund both are somehow the same, but there is a slight difference between both of them. So now let's talk about participle, that what is a participle. So first of all, you need to know participles are further divided into two types, that is a present participle and past participle. Okay, so now let's first define what is a participle. जिस तरह हमने gerund में कहा था कि a verbal noun is actually called as a gerund, बट यहाँ पर हमारे पास जो होगा पार्टिसिपल जो होगा वो हमारे पास है वर्बल एडजेक्टिव. सो सिंपली अगर हम इसको कंप्रिहेंसिवली डिफाइन करें, सो दोज वर्ब्स दैट आर यूज्ड एज एडजेक्टिव्स इन अ सेंटेंस. अच्छा, अब हम इसको एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. अगर मैं सिंपली कहूं कि द बेबी इज crying. Acha, now here in this sentence, the word crying is used as a verb because it is an action. So that is why it is a verb. But अब मैं एक another example में अगर इस ही को मैं use करूँ crying को, अगर मैं simply कहूँ कि the crying baby had a wet diaper. So now look at this sentence, and here we have also used the word crying. But यहाँ पर हमारे पास ये जो verb है, it is used as an adjective. अगर मैं simply adjective को भी define करने की कोशिश करूँ, तो ऐसा word जो कि हमारे पास noun को क्या करे, describe करे, modify करे, हमें extra information दे, so we call that that word as an adjective. So यहाँ पर देखिए which type of baby, the crying baby. So crying is basically modifying or giving us extra information and is specifying the word baby in this sentence. So simply we can say that usually a verb that is used as an adjective in a sentence is called as a participle. Now we'll be trying to understand the present participle. So present participle usually ends on ing. So whenever there is ing with a verbal adjective, so we call this a present participle. And this ing also shows that something that is going on in the present, that is in its continuity. So that is why we call it a present participle. Okay, so now we'll be talking about the past participle. Okay, so as we discussed earlier that present participles usually ends on ing. इसके साथ हम लिख भी देते हैं कि it ends on ing. So same is the case with the past participle. Past participle भी में हमारे पास क्या होता है, verbal adjectives होते हैं. और उन्हीं वर्बल एडजेक्टिव्स को हम क्या कहते हैं, पार्टिसिपल कहते हैं. और साथ में जो कि हमारे पास ईडी पे एंड हो जाते हैं या किसी भी वर्ब का पास्ट टेंस हमारे पास यूज होता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी कॉल एज पास्ट पार्टिसिपल. नाउ इफ वी ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट विद एन एग्जांपल. सो हमारे पास ह्यूमन पास करना एग्जांपल. ओके, अब अगर हम इसको समझने की कोशिश करें विद एन एग्जांपल, सो इट वुड बी लाइक दिस. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर सबसे पहले मैं एक वर्ब का आपको एग्जांपल दूं, अगर मैं कहूं कि वाटर बॉइल्स एट 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस. सो यहाँ पर हमारे पास जो वर्ड है बॉइल्स, इट इज यूज्ड एज अ verb because it's an action. Now in another sentence, if I say that would you like to have a boiled egg? Okay, now here in this sentence, if you look at the word boiled, First of all, it is used as an adjective. Why? Because it is modifying and specifying the egg, that which type of egg that you would like to have, a boiled egg. Okay, so here we have boils is used as a verb, that is the first thing. But here in this sentence it is used as an adjective. So simply जो हमने describe किया था कि verbal adjectives, here it is a verb and here it is used as an adjective. और हमने कहा था कि verbal जो adjectives होते हैं वो हमारे पास क्या होते हैं, gerunds, participle होते हैं. But हम participle को नहीं explain करें, we are talking about past participles. And as we explained earlier that past participles usually carry ed with itself. So यहाँ पर आप देखिए, यहाँ पर हमारे पास boil के साथ ed लगा हुआ है, so that is what we call as past participle. So I think आपको समझ आ गई होगी. अगर मैं simply इसको describe करूँ, so participles are verbal adjectives. हमारे पास जब ing पे end होता है word, जिस तरह मैंने example दिया था, so उसको हम कहते हैं present participle, but when it is ended on ed, we call it past participles. So that is all about participles. Now we'll be talking about another term, that is infinitive. Okay, now our third point is to talk about infinitives. So infinitives are again a type of verbs that are used in a sentence, but these are the specialized type of verbs that we come across in a sentence. Now, for example, if I write an example that he likes to go to parties. Now, in this sentence, if we look at it, so the word likes is usually a verb, and to go again is a verb, because go is a verb. But whenever in a sentence you see that there are more than two verbs, look, to go is not a verb, but simply we get that indication that there are more than two verbs. So then how to identify an infinitive in it? Now, in order to identify an infinitive, we need to incorporate, or we need to apply few of the techniques. So the first one is that an infinitive is always the base form of the verb. Like you would not have seen that after to we use second or third form of the verb. So it is always the base form of the verb. And second thing is that it is at a distance from the subject. Usually, not in all the cases, but most of the times it is slightly at a distance from the subject as compared to the main verb that is used in a sentence. Now I hope you would have understood it, that basically to is most of the times preceded by to, and then we have that verb. So whenever in a sentence a word is preceded by to, so it's the possibility, and most of the times we can get this indication that this is an infinitive. And I have talked about two of the techniques as well, that it must be the base form of the verb, and second thing is it is slightly at a distance from the subject in most of the cases, not in all of the cases. Okay, so now these are the examples through which we'll try to understand infinitives more. And one thing is, infinitives are the verbs, are the specialized types of verbs in which a verb is sometimes used as a noun. Sorry, an infinitive is used as a noun. Sometimes it is used as an adjective, and sometimes it is used as an adverb. Now, if we analyze the first sentence, to see her daily is a privilege. Now, as we all know that whenever there is no main verb, the helping verb performs the function of a verb. So here we can say to see. First of all, it is preceded by to, so we get this indication that this is an infinitive. And the second technique that we talked about, that it must be slightly at a distance from the subject. So it is not the case here. So the first indication, it is preceded by to and it is used as a noun. So that is why we can say that to see her daily is a privilege. So to see here is an infinitive. Now if you look at the second sentence, that is the person for this happening to blame is Ali. Now in this sentence, we don't have the main verb. So again is a helping verb and it will perform the function of a main verb. So to blame, now we see that it is used as an adjective. First of all, it is preceded by to. The second thing is it is the base form of the verb. Like we do not have the word blamed here written here. And the third thing is it is basically modifying or talk about the person. That is what it gives us extra information about. So that is why we can say that this infinitive is used as is performing the function of an adjective. Now, if we look at the third sentence, so we can say that to earn more money. Again, the base form of the verb preceded by to, and it is basically talking about or modifying the term works, which is a verb. So here it is used as an adverb because it gives us extra information about the verb or it is modifying the verb. So I hope you would have got this idea, all these ideas, gerund, participles and infinitives. So simply अगर मैं इनको जल्दी जल्दी से explain करने की कोशिश करूँ तो gerunds are the वर्बल नाउन्स, ऐसे वर्ब जो कि हमारे पास नाउन के तौर पर या नाउन का काम कर रहे हो, we call it a gerund. And then participles are verbal adjectives, those verbs which are used as an adjective in a sentence, as I have given you the examples before. The third thing is infinitives, verbs that are preceded by to. The second thing is always be the base form of the verb. Base form of the verb means first form of the verb, and sometimes it is slightly at a distance from the subject. And then we also discussed that infinitives sometimes perform the function of a noun, sometimes adjective and sometimes adverb. So I hope you would have got the idea about all these topics, and if you still have any kind of questions or queries, you can ask me in the comment box. And if you want us to explain or discuss or make another video lecture on different topics, so you can write that in the comment box. Okay, thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.